everybody? It's your favorite loyalist, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Mandalorian Loyalist. This is part of the Walmart exclusive wave. It's pretty much the exact same as the figure we just looked at recently with the Darth Maul horns, but the deco is different, so we'll spend a little bit of time on the deco. We'll spend a little bit of time on the articulation just because some of the sculpt is slightly different. We'll see how that affects it, if at all. We're going to talk about the accessories ever so briefly because we just literally did it, and we're going to move on. Just a quick little video to get down and dirty and move on, just in case you were interested about any potential differences. Let's rock and roll, and we'll start with accessories. So just like the other one, he comes with the exact same two pistols. Sabine's pistols are different than this, right? Let me go look. I'll go look. They're bent up because of how they came packaged in box. They are a lighter shade silver, so it does bring out some more of the sculpted details a bit better, which is nice. He holds it fairly well. This hand actually works better than this one, but it's okay. It's not perfect. The trigger finger doesn't quite fit in because these are Jango's hands, right? But these aren't Jango's guns. And they can store in holsters on his hip. And he comes with a jetpack. This one actually has some more painted details than the other. There's actually two silver stripes. I'm guessing they messed that up, but I don't know. Because like, there's nothing to indicate that there should be a stripe down here, but it's there. And then the two red stripes look really sharp, and then there's silver and red on this. So this has a lot more painted detail on it than the previous. And just like the previous, it'll peg into his back with one peg and two kind of tabs, and it holds fairly well. So let's move through, and let's move through fairly rapidly. The head, we have paint. We have silver paint applied to the upper cheeks, and then the blue, the red, and then we have some weathering with the silver throughout. It's done to varying degrees. That part looks pretty good. That part looks pretty good. Up here looks great, and then up here looks sloppy. So individual results will vary. It's hand done, and it kind of depends on where that person was in their workday and in their life, I imagine. So moving on to the torso, sculpt is nice. We have silver paint on the chest, red paint on the chest. All that looks good. Single ball peg inside the chest. Pretty much just get the swivel out of it, and it's gray paint for the armor plates. For the shoulder plates, we have this nice little design there. That looks good with the white paint. Over here, we have the, that looks good with the red paint and the line around it. Really sharp work, as a matter of fact. Disc hinge shoulders. The shoulder armor gets right up underneath there to go to 90 degrees, so that's nice. We have a bicep swivel, single hinged elbow. This one is limited because of the shape of the gauntlet. This one has more wiggle room because of the shape of the gauntlet. Both wrists swivel, however, both wrists go in out instead of up down, which is unfortunate because he has two pistol holding hands, and it's hard to make it look intimidating when you're shooting at your own guns. And then we have the belt in place. Silver paint on the pelvis, as well as the armor plate is painted. We have a thigh swivel at a cut joint. The hips are double ball pegs. They'll get you out a little bit further than this. I got his guns in there. Forward, no problem. Back, not really anything, which is okay. Double jointed knee, because it's the Jango Fett body. And we have silver paint on the knee caps, the knee armor plates, and then a little bit of weathering done there. That looks really good, the weathering done on that part of the shin guard, much better than the other one. And that one actually doesn't look too bad. So, like I said, it's going to be hit or miss with that stuff. You know, luck of the draw, really. And then on the feet, we have an ankle tilt up ever so slight. I'm talking ever so slight. And then an ankle tilt down, and then a rocker, and the sole of the shoe is painted, which is a nice touch. So yeah, I mean, we know this mold. We know it fairly well. We know it better today than we did yesterday, so to speak. But it has its gifts and its curses. And let's go ahead and get to a size comparison and then talk about those gifts and the curses once more. And I know the lighting is kind of hard to see, but because the whole Hasbro and I guess the whole world is going Mandalorian crazy, I'm going to do a Mandalorian shelf. Well, Mandalorian shelf, like a shelf of Mandalore for Mandalorian figures, and sometimes it'll make sense that they're together, and sometimes it won't. But I just have to have a place to put them. You know what I mean? And this is going to be where they go. So once again, it's pretty much the same exact thing. The negatives here, the guns and the wrists, the way that those work, the fact that the one elbow has a shorter range of motion, and most of those things are because of them using the Jango Fett body. And if you want to hear me rant a little bit more about that, check out my Supreme Commander one, the Darth Maul horns ones, because I was a little bit more upset about it. I'm a bit number to it now, and so I don't have as much hate in my blood for it. Plus, the weathering on this guy is a bit better. The paint is a little bit cleaner. There's not as much paint work to be done, to be fair, so it makes it feel a little bit better to me. Which brings us to our positives, which is to say that most of the articulation engineering-wise still holds up over the time. We didn't even do the head, but it's on a ball peg with a disc hinge. Gets you fairly far up and down, perhaps even better than their double ball peg with a single ball peg from the neck into the chest. It just doesn't look as good on most figures, but for the helmeted figures, I think it works fine still. The appropriate amount of accessories, they all sort of work appropriately. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to complain about other than what we already have mentioned. And no need to beat a dead horse to death. So yeah, it's a recommend from me. I actually enjoy it more than the Darth Maul one. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.